Yo, check it, check it. We're back for another installment of Hagerty Apes up in this crib, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? What do we got here? Chapter 16, Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, yo. 16.1, why is energy efficiency an important energy resource? 16.2, how can we cut energy waste? I know what you're thinking. Is he going to talk in this ridiculous accent the whole time? No, I can't do that, so I'm going to stop now, okay? Alrighty then. Alright, energy and waste. Let's talk about it, shall we? This is gonna finalize our chapter 14, 15, and 16 unit. I know you guys, I know it's been rough. We've been pushing you. We've been pushing you. Just remember, after this unit, there's only one left, and it's 2 chapters, 18 and 21. That's it. You guys are done Dundee. We'll be reviewing. It'll be all downhill from there, okay? So just stay strong. Stay committed to the dream. We'll get there together. Okay, only 60% of commercial energy used in the U.S. ends up performing useful tasks. All right, this unit should go, or this chapter should go pretty quick with these videos, hopefully, so I'll try not to talk too much. So what does that mean, only 60% ends up performing useful tasks? Well, 41% is lost due to the second law of thermodynamics, and let's see if you remember which one this is. This is, second law says, nope, it has nothing to do with energy. That's the first law. This is that the longer energy is in existence, right, leads to greater entropy, which basically means that all energy is going to get degraded and become lower quality. And this happens as we try to manufacture energy in the form of electricity. We end up losing a lot of it as heat, wasted, low quality heat energy, which is an increase in entropy. All right. 43% is unnecessarily wasted for a host of things, right? Maybe because we have infrastructure that is broken, needs to be fixed, it's inefficient. We leave lights on, not just lights, but anything you can think of. We don't actually need it, we're not using it for a productive reason. And a lot of the things that you guys use in your home have what's called a phantom load of energy. For example, if you have a TV and you want to be able to use a remote to press a button and turn the TV on, there's something on that TV constantly, right? So that way it can pick up that signal that's coming from the remote, right? So that uses phantom load of energy, right? If you have a clock on your microwave, even though you're not using your microwave, that clock is running and that's consuming energy, right? The most efficient, effective, quickest, and cleanest way to reduce energy waste is energy conservation. That's great, huh? Very intuitive. Here are some solutions: reducing energy waste. You can pause it, take a peek. Energy waste, the big 4. Incandescent light bulbs, right? Everyone knows that. That's why there's this rumor that said that, okay, they were going to get rid of, the U.S. government was mandating that we get rid of all incandescent light bulbs. They didn't mandate that we got rid of all incandescent light bulbs. What was mandated was a certain energy efficiency. So as long as you can make an incandescent light bulb meet this new efficiency standard, you could use an incandescent light bulb. But they're kind of going to the wayside because what's really going to come around is the LED lights. And once those can be mass produced and become less expensive, that will be the way to go. LED light will last you much, much, much longer, much lower energy costs, and it is much more efficient. So incandescent light bulb uses 5 to 10% of the energy for light, and then 90 to 95% is wasted as heat. Internal combustion engine, 94% of energy is wasted during the fuel burn. Nuclear power plants waste 83 to 92% of the energy, and coal-fired power plants waste 75 to 80% of the energy. Now these last 2 bullets right here, it's not like, don't get the misconception that when those fuel rods are in the housing container and they're producing steam, that it's wasting 83 to 92%. This accounts for waste along the whole chain of uranium, from mining and concentrating the uranium to transporting it to the place that then makes it into a pellet, to then transporting it to the power plant, to then the production of energy, then taking the energy and transporting it to the consumer. So it's all of those things together. It's kind of hard to see. Says compare. This is from your chapter 16, so go take a peek at it if you can. It says, let's compare 2 situations. One where we are using the sun's energy, right, in a passive sense, passive solar energy, that when the house is coordinated right with the sun, to heat up the home. Okay, about 90% of the energy goes directly to heating the home, and 10% is lost as wasted heat through the system as it's moving through into your windows, through your house, etc. Now, if you look at uranium in a power plant, so we start off with 100% of our energy, all right, and then we mine it, and now we only have, after we lose heat in that system from the machinery, burning fossil fuels, everything's being lost, this wasted heat energy. We only have about 95% of this total that available to us after we mine it. Then you move through the processing. Now we only have 54% at this point. By the time we process that uranium into usable form, only 54% of that original energy in the uranium is now available to us. Right? Then we go ahead and we produce electricity with it. Now by the time that electricity is produced, we only have 17%. And then it gets transported to your homes through copper wires on power lines, and all that transmission running through those copper lines is losing energy, right, as heat, right, off of the power lines. So only 14% of the original energy available to us from the beginning makes it to your home to then allow you to use it. Okay? I hope I said that in an understandable way. Okay, so how can we save energy and money? Cogeneration, or combined heat and power. That's what the CHP stands for. Combined heat and power. Two useful forms of energy are produced from single energy sources. So think of it this way. Usually when we're at a power plant, we are burning something, right, to create steam. That steam then turns a turbine, which then turns, copper within magnets to generate our electricity. After we make the steam to then generate the electricity, right? Now, electricity is one form of usable energy, yes, and that gets shunted to you in the power lines. Now you've got all this exhaust heat. So what they do in certain areas around the U.S. and the world is they will then take that heat, that heated steam, and they will run it to maybe local buildings, local homes, to then be able to use that heat to heat the homes. Okay, so in places where it's very cold for a large part of the year, this is a very great way to heat people's homes, because you're constantly generating this hot steam and hot air, and it can be used to supply them with a heating system. Replace electric motors. Most of our electric motors that we use currently have one speed. That puppy is on, and that's it. So replace them with ones that don't have to operate at full speed, because just because the motor is running at full speed doesn't mean you need all of that energy from it. Recycle, of course. The best things to recycle are your metals. Your basic steel, right? You use 75% less energy recycling than mining the metal from ore. Aluminum, in a specific case, 95% less energy by recycling than you do from having to mine it from ore. Switching to LEDs or fluorescents. LEDs are really the best. The downside of fluorescents, well, two. One, they're not as efficient. And two, they use mercury to help, move the electrons within the bulb. And if you drop one, that mercury gets out. Not a good thing. Then approve the grid for system for energy transfer. We've got all these new types of energy that are coming out, and our grid here in the United States is a little bit antiquated and can't really adapt to this new technology. We really need to spend money to refurbish this infrastructure. Save energy and money in transportation. Transportation accounts for 2/3 of oil consumption in the U.S. Wow. Buy fuel-efficient cars, trucks, and SUVs. Hidden costs include government subsidies. Remember, the price you pay for gas and all of your energy is not the true value of it, because it is subsidized. And let's see, consumer mindset for bigger vehicles. So yeah, we have to just convince the public that we don't need to drive tanks, right? We drive smaller, more efficient cars. We're just not used to it because we developed and changed our road systems here in the United States to accommodate those vehicles. We're over in Europe, their roads are so old that they designed their cars to accommodate the smaller lanes, right? Let's see. Green architecture uses natural light, passive solar heating systems, recycled building materials, motion sensor lighting, rainwater collections, non-toxic, non-VOC, volatile organic compounds, and drought-resistant or xeriscaping. Super insulation in homes and commercial buildings, right? Yes, the more you insulate, the more energy efficient you are. Most of your either heated in the winter or cool down air in the summer is lost through gaps in doors and windows. Let's see, we got this one right here. Energy efficient appliances. Most appliances today that are coming out are, what do they call them? You know, like Energy Star or something like that, right? Because they use less energy or less water if it's a dishwasher. And then retrofit older buildings. Sweet. And that's the end of this one right here. Hope you enjoyed it.